ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കണോ?
Good evening. Am I audible to you? Can anyone respond, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start by in a minute. Okay, we'll start in a minute. We'll just wait for some other people to join. Okay. Thank you. Before we are starting, make sure that you are ready with the paper, like enough to write the answers, and also like pen, everything. Okay. Okay. Good evening once again. Let's start our program. So welcome to Social Mondays once again. So before we start the program, I'll just tell you what is the like how we are going to approach this program and what all the things you can expect out of this program. So this is basically an answer writing program, and where we are trying to write answers within a specified time limit, and we try to like complete our answers in a specific time. We will give you an stopwatch here, so that I'll share my screen and give you one questions, and I will assign for 10 mark we will assign around 7 minutes, and for 20 mark question we will assign you 15 minutes. Okay, so by 15 minutes you should stop writing whatever, like whether you completed your answer or not, you should finish your answer within that specified time. Okay, then we'll move to other question. So after completing 5 questions today, so we'll be having a short discussion. The objective of the discussion will not be like giving you a structured or answer or something like that. We'll try to discuss like most of our answer itself. Like I'll take input from you guys also, and we also trying to give entry and give some kind like how to structure your answer, how to approach such questions, and also trying to enrich your content in a like limited manner. We cannot give you complete content in a short period of time, so but we'll try our best to give you the like best input to give you a right a good answer. Okay, so that will be the mode of operandi of our program. So I hope if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we'll start the program. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, fine. So I'll share the screen. Hope you are ready with your paper. Okay. Can everyone see the screen now? Please respond. Can anyone see like everybody can see the screen, right? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the first question is displayed to you. So we'll give you 7 minutes to write this answer. This is a 10-mark question. So the time start now. You have one more minute to complete your answer. So please stop writing. Time is over. So we'll go to next question. We'll discuss the question at the end. Okay, there are 5 questions. We'll finish, then we'll discuss. So this is also 10-mark question. So your time start now. You have 1 more minute left. Okay, time up. Please stop writing. We'll go to next question. So this is again 10-mark question. So 150 words. The time start now. You have 1 more minute to complete your answer. Okay, time up, stop writing. So there are 2 more questions. So we'll finish that, then we'll discuss, okay? So take few seconds to read the question. This is a 20-mark question. So you will be allocated to 15 minutes to complete this answer. And so it's a 20-mark question. So your time starts now. Last 1 minute. Please stop writing. So we'll go to last question for today. So this is a 10-mark question again. So you have 7 minutes to write. The time start now. Last 1 minute. Okay. Please stop writing. Fine. So, how was the experience? Like, are you able to complete all the answers within the specified time, or like?
It was good. I was able to complete all the answers, but in 20 markers, I could complete only 3 pages. So I had to limit my answers in such a way. Otherwise,
Okay.
I think I have covered majorly all the aspect I wanted to cover.
Okay, fine. So, anyone find very difficult to complete the answer within the specified time limit?
So,
Yeah, tell me.
I found some difficulty because I think I'm a beginner. As I'm a beginner, I couldn't complete all the answers in time.
Okay.
I think that's the problem.
It's fine. By time, like, keep practicing. By the time you will also able to like complete on time.
Okay, so anyway,
So
nice experience, sir.
okay. Then anyone else? Do you need a break? 1 minute or break before starting?
Pardon?
Like anyone need 1 minute break before we start the discussion?
No.
No. Okay, fine. So thought process is not continuous and it take time to think. Yeah. So like just keep on practicing. So that's why we are like continuously giving 5 questions. If we like first question, there will be some kind of inertia because you need to like bring all the sociological thoughts in your mind, then like to start writing answers. So every time, even for the mains also, when you go for like writing answer, because last few days you won't be writing any answers before the mains, right? So when you go there, like there will be an inertia because you have to grab all the points you studied. So first answer will take more than 7 minutes usually. But when you go to like when you start writing and third, fourth answer, you may notice that you will be able to write more if you have the content, able to write like more in within the time specified. So don't worry about it. It will like it's happened to everyone, but by the time if you practice it, do not stop practicing it. So you will also able to like complete within the time. Okay, that's fine, Dinesh. Then, so let's see the questions now. If you do not have any other doubts, so hope you enjoyed the process. Yeah. I know answer writing is not very interesting process, but yeah, this is the part of the game. So we'll see.
So there will be one session before every test, or what is the recurring, how frequent it will be answer writing session?
As of now, we have planned one discussion for before every test, I think. So I do not know how many exactly how many tests are there. I haven't checked this thing, but like it's not finalized. It seems maybe like if more people are demanding, maybe they will increase the number of sessions also. But as of now, it's just one session before every test, I think. Okay, so let's see. So the first question was how enlightenment contributed to the emergence of sociology. Okay, so this is kind of a direct question and very easy question. And when you see the past year question paper also, like in this is a 2020 question. Okay, so but if you compare the 2019 paper also, there was one question from the same part That was the term will be different. So the question was kind of explain the historical anecdote of emergence of sociology. And before also there was one question. It was like questions were like explain how material force, intellectual force led to the emergence of sociology. So every year, at least like mostly there is a higher chance that one question or 10 mark or 20 mark question will be from this area. So this emergence of or the origin of sociology. So this area is one of the favorite area for UPSC. So many times they used to like repeatedly ask this question. So you should have a thorough understanding of this topic. Okay, emergence of sociology. So here I picked it from last year question paper only. So here we'll see how we can write this answer. Like we'll discuss. So the question is how enlightenment led to the emergence of sociology. Okay. So let's see the QI. QI means question interpretations. So we'll interpret the question, how to structure the question before we writing it. So that like if you just practice all these question interpretation for at least for the first few testers, so that when you see the question, if you are a person struggling with how to structure your answer, then practice this question interpretation. So before writing your answer itself, you have that structure in your mind, so that it will be very easy. You can take like less time, so you don't need to stop somewhere and think what to write, because already you have a structure how to write the answer. So in this question interpretation, the introduction part, what you can write? Tell me, anyone? And then what you can write in question like introduction part in this question?
About
Okay.
enlightenment.
What?
About enlightenment period and about modernity.
Okay, very good. Like one person also said, Ashwini said that definition of enlightenment, that is one way of starting your answer. You can directly define what is given in the question. So there is a keyword given, enlightenment. So you can directly go and define what is enlightenment. That is one way. So define what is enlightenment. Any other way? Any other method? This is one, I think, most suitable method. You can directly, so it will be like directly you can give the idea of enlightenment in the introduction itself. So you can you can quote some thinkers. If anyone quoted some thinkers and wrote the answer.
Yes, I quoted one Canadian scholar, Irving Jettian. He said the exact same line, like the sociology emerged as a reaction to modernization and enlightenment. That is how I started.
Okay, that is also like the starting with the thinkers, also one way of writing your answer. So here you can also like put the forward the idea for how different thinkers, for example, like you can put any thinkers who talked about it, but Raymond Aron and Robert Nisbet said that they traced the origin of sociology to the socio-economic condition of 18th and 19th century Europe. So for them, like for these thinkers, it's a product of modernity. So they say that the origin of sociology happened in the like Enlightenment period. So you can quote the thinkers and also write. Then you can come to this is a 10 mark question. So you have to like write you have to use all the keywords and you have only limited space to write. And their story of origin of sociology, how sociology has an origin. So in the body, so now after writing introduction, you can directly come to body part. Here what you can write? Body part, okay, Montesquieu, Rousseau. Then, so what exactly you can write in body part?
So we have to write how part of
how enlightenment, yeah, that thing is how enlightenment led to the origin of sociology. That directly you are hitting the answer. So here you have to explain how enlightenment led to, what was the idea of enlightenment, how enlightenment led to the different factors of like reason, secularism, feminism, how these factors are emerged, and how this led to the emergence of sociology. That is the basic idea. Okay, so then you can conclude like what are other factors you can, like how like enlightenment, something like that you can again conclude with your answer. That is the like enlightenment. You can put forward the idea of not only enlightenment, the main factor which led to the development of sociology is counter enlightenment. So in conclusion part, you can put forward the idea, not the enlightenment exactly put help to develop sociology as a discipline completely, but it is the counter enlightenment, it's the counter force against enlightenment which actually led to the which actually led to the development of sociology. That perspective you can put forward in conclusion part, then you can conclude. So if you write like this, your answer will be complete, and you will get maximum mark, because you are already defined what is enlightenment, you put forward the thinkers also, and the body part you are saying what are the changes happened in the this period, and in the conclusion part you are going one step ahead of the question and saying that not only enlightenment, it is happened because of the counter enlightenment. So that is the process. So what all the things happened during the enlightenment period, can anyone say? What social change?
So we have I have divided into different changes, economic changes. There it was factory-led production was there, urbanization. Then different classes emerged. New inventions were there. Then came social changes where there were migration, enclosure movements, role of family changed, and diseases and hygiene. These kind of things came into picture.
Okay.
Then it was Intellectual Condition by T.B. Bottomore, where he talked about different philosophy of history, and then organismic analogy, different intellectual conditions were there. And then mostly the last part was the similar thing, that they were enlightenment thinkers who were talking about the goal of sociology, while the conservative scholars, the counter enlightenment thinkers, they were talking about the means. They wanted a status quoism. So there was a hope and despair state which led to necessitated a discipline requirement.
Okay, very good, very good. So have you quoted some thinkers for supporting your answers also?
Yes, in enlightenment thinkers and counter enlightenment, Louis de Bernard and Edmund Burke, like that.
Okay, very good, very good. Anyone else wrote like this, or do you have written in some other format? Okay, everybody wrote in the same format, or okay, factors of empiricism, reason, secularism, changes in social questions and relevance of religion, change in traditional institutions, French European condition of that time. Somebody had wrote. Okay, Dinesh, if it's better if you're able to unmute your phone and talk, so that I don't want to we can save much time, and also you can also convey what exactly you meant by it. Okay, so Dinesh, is it possible? And Ashwini also, is it possible? It would be nice, I think, to everyone actually. So basically, for the enlightenment part, you can say that for the enlightenment part, see how sociology has emerged in the period. You can you have to quote some thinkers and how the new ideas of rationality came in. So basically, if you see the origin of sociology, it can be traced back to the enlightenment period. Enlightenment period is around 17th century and 18th century. But what was the situation before also? So if you understand that situation, what was the situation of before enlightenment, you will be better able to understand what happened, what changed during the enlightenment period. So what was the society? What kind of society was existing before enlightenment? It was the you can say that it's a Middle Age Europe or a dark age period, So dark age period, this was the beginning. This is the kind of 13th century period. So 13th century, Europe was a dark age society. During this time, what was the situation? The system was mostly feudal system, patriarchal system, and the rulers were based on the religion. They were based on priest, and these rulers also they used to rule on the basis of religion, or they used to take the support of religion. They used to say that they are representative of the god, and whatever they are saying, this is the rule of the law. So everybody should obey their rule, right? So then after dark age, it comes the Renaissance period. So Renaissance period. Okay, Renaissance means what is rebirth? What is rebirth means? Rebirth of what? Rebirth of society or rebirth of anything else?
Societal values only.
The rebirth of individual. Okay, Renaissance means rebirth of individual. So Renaissance, what is exactly rebirth? But what was the situation before Renaissance? So before Renaissance, it was mostly based on what kind of system? Community-based system. Like rulers were trying to rule based on the community system. Individual does not have any right. There is no democracy. There is complete patriarchy. There is no individual support. There is no feminism. So everything was controlled by the rulers. But during Renaissance period, it was kind of you can say that this is kind of rebirth to individual. Individuals started having more independence. Individuals started having more you can say right. So this Renaissance started giving right to the people and more like Greek philosophies and what is democracy, all this kind of talking started. So after Renaissance started, then it started scientific Renaissance. This is not part of this current answer, but to give you a basic understanding, I'm just discussing the background. Okay. So then scientific Renaissance, why I'm going very detailed in this, because this is the question mostly repeating, like every year this same area used to ask. Okay, in scientific Renaissance, what is happening? Here it's given talking about individual, here it's talking about scientific nature. They started questioning about the nature. So there is they started question. Before that, the idea was the earth was a geocentrism, like earth was the center and all the other planets and used to revolve around the earth. So these people, Galileo, thinkers like Galileo, Newton, all these people started challenging the clergy or the priestly class or the rulers, saying that whatever you are saying is wrong. The idea of science is different. So the world is a heliocentric world, not geocentric world. This world has they started challenging all the thoughts given by the religious institution. They said that whatever you are talking about religion is bullshit. It's no more, it's not valid. So we have a different system. They started questioning. Because of that, what was the outcome of scientific Renaissance? It's about rationality. So people started thinking based on rational line. So before that, what was the situation? Whatever these rulers used to say, whatever these priests used to say, people never questioned it. So they just take it whatever you say. Now they started questioning it. Okay, they if you say something, they think what is exactly happening, then only they will take whether it's correct. If you think that if I think that whatever you are saying is correct, then only I will take. Otherwise, I will just reject it. So the idea of rationality, the idea of scientific temper also emerged due to the scientific Renaissance. So after scientific Renaissance, what is came is that scientific Renaissance. After scientific Renaissance, only this Enlightenment came. This is the focus of the question. So Enlightenment period. So once the scientific revolution happened, they questioned the scientific things, scientific notion. Till then, whatever the scientific notion were existing, they started questioning it. So who gave the old scientific notion? It was the king, all the priestly class. So now they challenged all their thought and said that this is wrong. So if you can challenge the ideas given by the rulers, that means that you can also challenge the rulers itself, right? So during the Enlightenment period, what happened? These people started questioning the rulers itself. They started advocating new ideas. So during the Enlightenment period, what was the outcome? This is the outcome happened. That is democracy. First outcome was democracy. So earlier the rulers were king used to rule the kingdom, right? King is the supreme authority. People cannot become if you think that you want to become a ruler, there is no choice. You have to born in particular family or that particular family, then only you can become a king. But in India also, if you see, the ruler is from a particular Kshatriya class. If you are not Kshatriya, you cannot become a ruler. If you are not a Brahmin, you cannot become priest. So they started questioning the system of ruling itself, and it's called democracy. Democracy systems started emerging. Then the secularist ideas also came in the period of Enlightenment. That means it's now, if democracy comes, earlier the rule based on religion. King used to say that I am the representative of the particular religion. So I am the God, representative of the God. Now the rule is based on secularism. It's not based on any king. Okay. So any God. Okay. Then the idea of, you can say, this is also led to the growth of science. So these are the points you need to write in your answer. Growth of science. Also, this also led to the point of We also empiricism, secularism, reason. Then you can say that gender equality, idea of gender equality came in. Till then, there is no idea of gender equality. Then you can say free market economy, Adam Smith. Before the Enlightenment period, there is no free market economy. The system was feudal system. Okay, so land was not a private property, even in India also. So land was not a private property. You cannot freely sell the land. But after like free market economy of Adam Smith, that is means laissez-faire system. There is no external interaction by the rulers. So market should be controlled themselves. So the land become a marketable commodity. Lands also can be buy and sold in the market. So these are the changes happened. These are the ideas given during the period of Enlightenment. So who give these ideas? Let's see. So for example, the thinkers, we will discuss who are the like Enlightenment, this period thinkers also. The thinkers, you can say the one important thinkers was Thomas Hobbes. Then John Locke. Okay, this Thomas Hobbes and John Locke give the idea of what? You know what idea they given? What was the idea put forward by Thomas Hobbes and John Locke? Okay, anyone? Okay, fine. So they. Okay.
Social contract theory was
yes, very good. Social contract theory. So they give the idea of social contract theory. That means like you don't need to explain what is social contract theory and everything in your answer, because it's a 10-mark question. So be adherent to the keywords only. So by writing social contract theory itself, the examiner will understand that you know the point. Okay. So social contract theory means, I hope you understand, there is a contract between the citizen and the ruler. So if the contract broken, you can change the ruler. So that is the small idea of social contract theory. Then other thinkers, the idea of Voltaire, you can say. So Voltaire talked about the idea of free speech and expressions, and secularism you can talk about by Voltaire only. Then you can also say Rousseau. So Rousseau gave the idea of general will. So general will means will of majority. If you want to rule, you need to have the will of majority. That means the idea of democracy. Okay. Then the Adam Smith, we already discussed about Adam Smith, free market economy. Okay. Then gender equality. The origin of feminism also you can trace back to even origin of feminism also you can trace back to the Enlightenment period itself. That is like you can say Mary Wollstonecraft. So she said that women also should give the equality. Women should also have the right. She talked about the rights of women. So she wrote a book, and this book is considered to be as the classic source for the feminism. So all these ideas came out during the Enlightenment period. So these ideas is started challenging the existing idea. That's how the sociology emerged. So what was the existing idea? So there was existing idea of patriarchy. This idea of patriarchy is challenged by the feminist thought. Patriarchy being challenged, right? So idea of patriarchy being challenged by the feminist thought, and idea of like there was a rule by the religious based rule. That means theocracy. Theocracy is challenged by the democracy. So theocracy being challenged, patriarchy to challenged. Then this also democracy rules, the general will also challenge this thing, and free market economy challenges the feudal market economy. Earlier it was feudal economy. So all aspect of the society, whatever the existing society, whatever the system were there before the Enlightenment, started challenging the ideas of Enlightenment. That is the ideas of free market, secularism, empiricism. All these ideas started challenging the existing system. So what exactly happened because of this thing? Because of this, there are a lot of changes happened. So all this Enlightenment and these ideas finally led to what? So Enlightenment period finally led to French Revolution. Okay, so all the Enlightenment idea, whatever idea we have discussed so far, all these ideas led to there are various factors. There are estate system and there are like 3 estates. All these factors I am not discussing. I hope you already know. So these people, the third estate system, people are the masses. They used to pay the most amount of taxes, and there was like these 2 people like overall are minority but control. All this system is challenged by the because of Enlightenment ideas, and this led to the French Revolution. And during the French Revolution, after French Revolution, if you can see that there was a complete chaos, because earlier the system was so well for some people, at least for the priestly class, at least for the clergy rulers, for them it was completely free and completely really functional. It was completely functional. The system doing whatever it is necessary. So, but after French Revolution, complete disruptions, and like there is a challenging rulers. Even there is a region of terror was there after the French Revolution. Even the king was hanged. So there was a complete violence, and like there is a patriarchy is getting challenged. So there is complete chaos and disorder in the society. So this led to the emergence of a different group called counter enlightenment people. Counter enlightenment process. So here there are 2 famous thinkers, that is Louis de Bonald and Joseph de Maistre. Okay, so Joseph de Maistre and Louis de Bonald said that, so whatever happened right now is complete chaos, and we lose complete order of the society. We need to go back to our existing order, the previous order. So these people is known as conservativists. They wanted that old that feudal society which was functional for them. So this conservative things, this idea of going back to the old system of patriarchy or old system of feudalism, or that economy which completely based on the feudal system, the rule based on religion, all this thing they wanted back. So this conservatism, this idea of conservatism led to the origin of idea of structural functionalism in sociology. So here the sociology getting origin. So structural functionalism of sociology, what they are talking about. So there is a function. So these people said that whatever the king was there, the king had a function and it was smooth and nice. They used to do that. There is an equilibrium. Now there is a social change. So because of social change, what happened? There is a complete disruption. There is anomaly in the society. Because of this anomic activity, there is a terror, there is a violence, there is complete chaos. So we want to bring back this old system. But this was certain that view of Catholic Church and view of priestly classes. But there is also one group of people like Auguste Comte and or Saint Simon or Emily Durkheim. They wanted to know why these changes are happening, so that they can also make the society better. So they can understand what is the cause of social change, and they can bring the society in a order. So this led to the idea of origin of sociology. So this is basically whatever we discuss is basically in the intellectual force. Okay, and there is one more thing is there. Root is that enlightenment. From enlightenment, it will lead to industrial revolution. This is other route. This is French Revolution. French Revolution lead to structural functionalism. So this is lead to French Revolution lead to counter enlightenment. Then this structural functionalism. Industrial revolution, enlightenment also lead to industrial revolution, because enlightenment there is Adam Smith. So idea of Adam Smith or industrial revolution was mass production. So mass production is also changed the idea of complete market feudal economy. So there is a started like market economy. Because of that, there are many unintended costs. It was not intentional. The idea of industrial revolution was like give mass production, but because of that, many things have changed. There is a start of urbanization. Like you can say that slums started developing. Like the idea of like the earlier the people used to work based on the biological clock, like day they used to go work and night they used to sleep. Now there is no biology clock. They started sticking on the clocks, so there started extra hours, and all this led to the complete chaos because of the traffic. There are new problems started emerging. Family system become nuclearized because of the easiness of the work, because product become alienated as per Marx's. So for them, for this here also some response happened. So these people say that whatever industrial revolution is happening is wrong. Whatever is doing in industrial revolution, this is creating some chaos. So because of this chaos, this system of industrial revolution is should be changed. So this system, industrial revolution, is not the final solution. Things should be changed and lead to some other society. So that people is known as conflict approach. Here, the people of conflict approach emerge, that is Marxism, or idea of Marx. So he's saying that this society, industrial revolution, there will be conflict. So for them, conflict will lead to social change. Okay, so Marxism or feminism also will comes under the social change. So this is how sociology emerged. So sociology emerged from both intellectual factors and the materialistic factors. So material factors, industrial revolution, this here counter-enlightenment, this led to structural functionalism, and this is led to conflict approach or Marxism. This is sociology. I think we cannot explain like this. So the first answer, these are the basic idea. These are the points you should be writing in your answer when you write the first answer. But you don't have able to write complete points under this question itself, because it's like only 10-mark question. But you need to ensure that this keyword. So when you ask about this enlightenment how enlightenment contributed, you don't need to write the industrial part, industrial revolution part. You don't need to write. You can like the dark age. You can start with this enlightenment period. And things happened in the Enlightenment period, then French Revolution, then counter-enlightenment, enlightenment. This is the demand of the question. You don't need to write the entire aspect. But last year, that is 2019 May, there was a question of explaining historical anecdote of emergence of sociology. There, you have to write the industrial revolution part also. So here, this question, you don't need to write the industrial revolution part. Hope you are understood what need to write. So I think we need to go a little faster. So
Sir, question flow repeat mention
question enlightenment period enlightenment led to what? French Revolution led to counter-enlightenment is structural functionalism and origin of sociology. This is the only demand of the question, because it's talking about enlightenment only. But in the end, if you want, in one paragraph for value addition, you can talk about industrial revolution also, then Marxism view also you can, or I mean conflict approach also you can write. No need to explain too much. This is only 10-mark, only 2 pages will be there. So that will be the conclusion of your answer. Okay. So hope you understood. There won't be. Okay.
Sir, can you just repeat the names of counter-enlightenment, those thinkers? Okay,
I already written it, right? So Louis D. Bonald and Joseph D. Mainster.
Okay.
Wrote it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So second question is sociology common sense? Give reason in support of your argument. There is not much doubt with this question, I hope, because this is a direct question. You can directly write it, and like you will be having ready-made material also. Hope you written this points. Can I remove it? Okay, fine. So second question is about sociology. Is sociology a common sense? And give reason to support your answer. Okay. Common sense sociology versus sociology is the topic of the debate. And in this QI, if you see the question interpretation, what all things you need to write in introduction. So how you can start your answer here?
So directly a definition of common sense by Antonio Gramsci. I have written that.
Okay, very good. Then you also need to write the definition of sociology also. First, you can say that what is common sense, then you can write what is sociology. That is the best way to start this answer. also start like quote any thinker. Like it's okay. There are many thinkers talked about sociology and common sense. So it's up to you. Use any thinker and you write it. So can anyone read your introduction? So that others also will understand how you are writing it. So
Can we write the context of debate in introduction?
so like can you please read your answer so that we'll able to understand what exactly you meant by.
I mean, okay.
Mm.
It is sociology is a study of various components in the society and common sense. Sir, do you want me to read my answer?
Yeah, just read it.
Okay. Sociology is a systematic study of society. It studies
No,
various.
only introduction part, okay?
Yeah.
You need to write in there, okay.
It studies various components of society, which is very much connected with everyday experiences. And as well as and also sociology is a study of quite obvious and general matter. So people have a confusion and people claim that sociology is nothing more than common sense.
Okay. Anyone else?
So I'm reading my introduction.
Okay.
Antonio Gramsci described common sense as a philosophy of non-philosopher. This is a body of routine, uncertified and unverified knowledge, while sociology is a scientific study of society which is verified.
Okay, very good. Both of them are written in a different point of view. Like one person has explained the context, and another is like directly thinker wise. Like they have what I think talked about common sense and sociology. Both way are fine, but I think it's better to start with a thinker definition. What like you have to define the keywords of the question because it's directly asked what is sociology. So is sociology a common sense? So think that. So if you are going to argue that maybe so you are going to argue sociology is a common sense, or you may argue that sociology is not common sense, or you will take a middle path. So whatever it is to explain something to some other person, first you should explain what is sociology, then what is common sense, or what is common sense then sociology. Then only that person will understand your argument, right? So it is always better to explain what is sociology and what is common sense, or define what is sociology and common sense in the beginning of your answer, because it's a 10-mark question again. So directly you need to hit your question. Okay, so that is the way to write the introduction part. So you can quote anyone. You can say that sociology common sense is a popular based on assumption. It's based on the particular matter, particular situations, a common situation. It's not generalized. So all these aspects you can write. Even you can quote Alex Inget. So what Alex Inget said that. So he said that sociology sociology will help us to see familiar things in an unfamiliar way. So what he's saying that basically sociology is nothing but we are just observing the common sense viewpoint only, but in an unfamiliar way, in a different perspective. We are trying to give new perspective. So this is by after writing introduction of this thing in the body part, there are 3 parts in this answer in the body. First part is, so if you see how sociology and common sense also correlated, if you see from the origin of sociology to different thinkers or different period also, you will understand this how the sociology relation between sociology and common sense is evolved. From during the positivist time or the positivist sociology, what was their argument? They're completely like detached from common sense view and sociological view. They do not wanted a mix of it. Like they always wanted to keep away from common sense. So they're trying to like avoid common sense view, and they said that this is both are not same, both are different. But when it comes to phenomenologist sociologists, what was their point of view? Both are same, interrelated. You cannot like detach with each other. There is a like overlap. So for example, Max Weber said that like for selection of a topic, there is a chance that there is always a chance that the common sense viewpoint will influence. Common sense will help to choose a topic for the selection of topic. But after that, you can like you should not have in this value neutrality or everything you need to keep. That is not important this aspect, but initial aspect you can take. So phenomenology say, or the like these people like they used to speak about having the interaction with the common sense. Thank you. Common sense, and also then the later period, when in postmodern period, the people saying that like now the argument is kind of that this is the first stage we said positivist. So here we are arguing that sociology and What was our argument? Sociology and common sense are different. They are not common, like they are different things. So sociology is separate subject and common sense is subject, so it's not interrelated. And second aspect, phenomenological period. So phenomenologists, what they are saying that both are same. There is a correlation. There is some part of overlapping will be there. So common sense and sociology are kind of the same things. But when come to the new postmodern period, for example, Gramsci or all these people, what they are saying that there is no issue of like there is that separate the separate sociological oriented knowledge is not there. There can be correlations. There can be like both are evolving together. That was the idea given by Gramsci. So all these are the three steps of your answer. This part will come as a conclusion. So first part you will say that sociology is common sense, and second part you will say sociology is like sociology is not a common sense. Then second part you can say that there is a relation with sociology, and third part you can say that now there is no complete distinction between common sense and sociology, but there you can both like overlapping and both are evolving together. So in body part, first part, like anyone wrote first part, the positivist part, what are the point you have put forward? So you can try to structure this answer in a table format also, like sociology. Anyone did this way? Sociology and common sense?
Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. So first you can write the differences also. So differences you can put forward in this aspect, so that examiner, like most people will be writing in the paragraph point of view. So there will be change of perspective, because these are the here content, like very difficult to have a edge in content, because everybody will be studying. These are the first chapter also. So people will be studying this chapter and they will be thoroughly knowing, because this is the repeated area also. So you can create edge by bringing up different method of answer writing. So here you can put table and common sense and sociology. So you can like put forward sociology is a generalistic idea. Here you can say it's localized, and sociology is reflective, right? Because sociology questions its origin, but the common sense is unreflective, because it's not questioning the origin of the idea. And sociology can be based on scientific explanation. It can be explanatory, but common sense is an individual perspective. So everybody have different kind of conception about a topic. Like my opinion and your opinion will be different, but sociologically, suicide is, there are two currents of suicide. We say that there is an integration, and this thing is there. So because of that, suicide is happening. How this is related? So it's a theoretical. It's applicable to everywhere. So it can be theorized. So this is not a general. Sociology is a general study. So universal application is possible. So you can also say that scientific explanation. Then this is a systematic study, that there will be research method, hypothesis you have to build. You have to collect data, and then you will understand. You will quantify the data. It's a scientific. It's a separate discipline itself, but it's based on speculation. So it's all about like you just speculate. You just see that you are like friend is clearing examination. You just say that he is clear just because of luck. But when you study scientifically, you will understand that this person has put hard work. When you were sleeping, this person was awake and studying all the time. So that's how he cleared. That is a sociological understanding. Common sense understanding, this person luck. If you want to clear UPSC, you need luck. Okay. So that is a speculation. That is a common sense point of view. But here it's based on scientific evidence. So that is another different scientific evidence. So here popular assumption. So based on assumption can be go wrong, and sociological knowledge compared to sociological knowledge is objective, but common sense knowledge is not very objective. It can be changed, and sociology can also, like theory building is possible here. Sociology can build theory building is not possible, because there is no common like generalized viewpoint is not there. And sociology knowledge can be change oriented. It's advocate for social change, but common sense point of view is not advocating for change oriented. It's looking for status quo. Okay, so 1 minute. So these are the difference. You can write like there are a lot of points. You can write any points, and even you can quote Andre Bedle. And Andre Bedle said that sociology is a body of concept, no matter how loosely it's coordinated and it's coordinated. But this coordination and body of knowledge is absent in the common sense. So both are not same. So the second, these are the first part. So you can write this in the first part. So somebody in the chat, sir, what is the best method of writing this answer? Taking one stand by accepting both are same of different taking. So take it. So it's better to go for analyzing the both parts. See, sociology. If you see the common sense point of view, also sociology has been changed. From the first part, sociology is like talking about sociology is positive is talking about support detaching sociology completely from the common sense. But now sociology is it's all about like phenomenology, saying that there is a correlation. But when it from the modern times, postmodern time, we are saying that there is not much difference between common sense and sociology. Like you can take common sense ideas. So that's how we have drawn it. Anybody drawn that diagram given in what was the name of the book? Nitin Singhania? Nitin Sangwan.
Yes.
Nitin Sangwan. Yeah.
Yes, I
Any-
did that.
You did that. Anyone else? There was a diagram, right? Sociology, common sense. Anyone else did that?
So can you repeat the Andre Bete? What did he say?
So Andre Bedle said that sociology has a body of concepts and methods and data collection. Sociology has a body of concepts, methods, and data collection, no matter how loosely it's coordinated or organized. This is absent in common sense. So this is giving that there is a complete difference between sociology and common sense. Then you can come to the phenomenological aspect. So phenomenological aspect, you can say that there is a correlation. Here you can use Max Weber. So Max Weber said that sociological selection of topic. So common sense will selection of topic will help in selection of topic, will give ideas of study. So you can make hypothesis. You can use common sense method. Like common sense viewpoint is that like you can create hypothesis like the children from the rich family drink more. This is an hypothesis, common sense point of view. Children from rich family drink alcohol more. This is a common sense point of view. So you can use this as an hypothesis and test it wrong or test it right, whatever it is, based on studies. So, but the topic selection comes from the common sense point of view, or you can also say that phenomenological point of view, because the understanding of sociology, like common sense understanding, is there because people cannot be like completely classified. There will be value judgment will come. So at the end, when it comes to the end, you can also say that sociology, the C.W. Mills also said that sociological imagination, given C.W. Mills, sociological imagination. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് അതെ, ഞാൻ 360 ഉണ്ട്. ആ ലാപ്ടോപ്പിന്റെ ചാർജർ ഒന്ന് എടുത്തിട്ട് വരാമോ? ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ക്ലാസ് റൂമിലുണ്ട്, നോക്കി പറഞ്ഞ ചാർജർ. ഓക്കെ, മറ്റേ പ്ലഗ് കൊടുത്തു. ഓക്കെ, ഫൈൻ, താങ്ക് യു. സോറി. So okay, C.W. Mills, what was it discussing? C.W. Mills, right? Sociological imagination. So he says that the sociology has a sociological imagination. That means you can see the common sense perspective in a different perspective, different common sense viewpoint. We are just looking into the different dimensions. So it's a sociological imagination. Both are kind of same. That's what the idea of C.W. Mills is giving. So then also you can conclude with Gramsci. Gramsci is saying that like the idea of Gramsci is saying that relationship between sociology. Gramsci is saying the relationship between sociology and common sense are dynamic and even mutually reinforcing at times. Because as I said that if you see the history, like sometimes they are saying that it's both are different, and sometimes phenomenologists, when they said that both are same, then we said that both are like equal. There can be interaction. So that then you can also draw a graph of sociology. But what I advocate is that when you see the pattern of the like answer sheet of many students, this graph given in Nitin Sangwan is like drawn by everyone. So if you are just drawing the same graph again, actually it won't make any differences, because all the paper of sociology having this question will be having the exact same graph. So better just you can keep the content of the graph, but just at least change the shape of the graph. Okay, you can draw something like this and say that this is the like sociology, and this is common sense. I'm just giving a different idea. You don't need to like take the same idea itself. Here you can say that what are the things sociology and both are become common in this thing. Okay, so that is where also you can like put forward a different idea of graph. But if you just writing means just drawing the same graph given in the within Sangwan, what will the problem is like everybody is doing the same stuff only, so it won't excite the same thing. If you give in a different picture also, examiner will think that okay, this person put some work to at least some work to make his own graph or something like that. So at least half mark edge you will be getting, because mostly these people writing the same kind of graph. Okay, so then you can like as I said, you can conclude with Gramsci or other thinkers saying that both are same. Then the third question is critically analyze the possibility of objectivity in research. So this is critically analysis of objectivity in sociological research. Again, it's a 10-mark question. So no need to like write lot, but here the question. So we'll see the question QI, question interpretation. Let's see. So what is given in introduction part? So what you can write, what will be the best introduction in this question?
Define objectivity.
Define objectivity. Then okay, very good. That is the best way to start this answer, because it's directly you can say that what is like what exactly it's, because the term itself given in the question itself. So it's better to define what is given in the question. Okay, so what is objectivity? Objectivity is, so you have to define objectivity. Objectivity is nothing but what is neutral. It is neutral, value free, or unbiased social research. This is objectivity. So you're doing things objectively, like you do not attaching any value in the sociological research. You see things are things. You are not attaching whether it's positive or negative. You don't care. You just see the things are objectivity. That is objectivity. So you just define objectivity. Then the first part, then the body part. The question is asking you to critically analyze. So first you can support that yes, sociology is objectivity. Sociology, okay, objectivity is possible. In sociology, objectivity is possible. That will be the first part. So objectivity is possible in the first part. You can write objectivity is possible. The second part you can write objectivity is not possible. Okay, there. Then what is your stand then? Critically analyze, you can take stand also. So you said that objectivity is possible, objectivity is not possible. Now you can take a stand also. What will be your stand?
So we can we can suggest Weber's suggestion of how to conduct a value-free sociology.
But if it's so, that means you can say that like objectivity is like, you can even the modern view, postmodern view, when it comes, they are saying that objectivity is like neither possible and not desirable also. That means objectivity is not needed in social research, because it's a fact that objectivity cannot be applied. Objectivity cannot be followed in a social research. Sorry, 1 minute. ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ്സിലാണ്, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പോവാം. നീ ലൈബ്രറിയിൽ ആദ്യം ഉണ്ട്, അല്ല ആദ്യം ഇപ്പൊ 360 വന്നത്, ലൈബ്രറിയിൽ പോയാൽ മതി. ഓക്കെ, ഒന്ന് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാവോ? മതി. ഓക്കെ. Objectivity.
So we can say that at best we can reduce the subjectivity, but we cannot eliminate it.
Okay, fine. So what was you saying?
I was saying.
It's not 1 minute. Sorry, 1 more minute, because it's battery is low. Not connected. Fine, connected. അല്ല കണക്റ്റഡ് അല്ല, വീണ്ടും പോയി. കണക്ട് ആയില്ല. അത് അതിനകത്ത് പവർ വരുന്നുണ്ടൊക്കെ. ഓക്കെ, സൈഡിലാണ് അതിന്റെ സ്വിച്ച് ഓൺ ആണോ? വേറെ ഇപ്പൊ കണക്റ്റഡാ, പക്ഷെ അത് വിടുമ്പോ പോയി. ഒന്ന് വിട്ട. ഓക്കെ ഫൈൻ. ഓക്കെ, സോറി. So objectivity. What was you saying?
So I was saying that we can conclude on this remark that at best what we can do is to reduce the subjectivity, but total elimination is not possible. As
Total elimination of objectivity or subjectivity? Subjectivity. Okay.
Yes.
So that's what the previous recent postmodernists say, that there is no need of objectivity in social research now. What they are saying, that now you take sides. So you have to take sides. Feminist sociologists, so just declare that you are feminist, so that the reader get the choice to interpret how to take that viewpoint. You are, before writing itself, you are saying that I am a so and so writer, I am a feminist writer. So because of I am a feminist writer, I am going to analyze on the feminist point of view. So now as a reader, I have a choice that whether to take this opinion in a or not, or I can understand that why she said so, or I can understand that a Marxist point of view, if Marx is saying that I am a Marxist scholar. So this is called reflectivity. So what is reflectivity? You are just openly saying that what kind of ideas I belongs to. So you are just reflecting yourself. So now the reader can decide whether to take your suggested to be value frank reflexivity. Okay, yeah, that is what. So that reflexivity you can given in the sociological research, so that thinker can take, or the reader can choose there what they exactly wanted. They can interpret to your studies. So you just take sides, because it's very difficult to study completely objectivity. That was the thought of positivist saying that the sociology should be studied completely objectively. There should not be any subjectivity in the sociological research. But we proved that, later phenomenologists, even the postmoderns, proved that it is completely difficult to keep objectivity in the social research. So we'll see how this answer can be framed. So at the end, you can take the stand as objectivity is not desirable or not possible in the sociological research. Okay, that will be the appropriate stand to take, I think. So you can also say that this point of view also is nice. You can say that the sociological research can should reduce the areas of subjectivity. You can just reduce the subjectivity, but complete subjectivity is not possible. That is, both are same only. Both are talking about in framed in different sentence. That's it. So both are idea wise it's same. So can you see the screen now clearly? Hello? Yes, okay, fine. So the first introduction part, as we discussed, we have to discuss what is objectivity. So we discuss objectivity, and we can also quote that the idea, the value-free, the study of value-free study of sociology is actually lifted from whom? It's lifted from the positivist. So thinkers you can quote thinkers like Auguste Comte, Emily Durkheim, and you can say that they have advocate for a value-free social research. So how they see the social research? They see social researcher because individual does not have any value. Because why they are advocating value-free social research? Because individual does not have any choice. We just respond based on the external stimuli, right? So we are not doing ourselves anything. Because of there are different social organizations, social institutions around us, and there will be social stimuli. Because of that, we are acting. So because of that, we are responding. So agents, or we as an agent, we just respond to external stimuli. So here you can quote the example of Emily Durkheim. Emily Durkheim he studied suicide. So how he studied suicide? He said that there is a suicidogenic currents are existing. So there are forces of integration and regulation existing in the society. Because of that, in the society, the people are impacted. If there is higher regulation, there is a chance of suicide, and there is a less integration, there is a chance of suicide. How the suicide rate is dependent based on the external thing. It's not dependent on because of the choice of human, choice of individual. That was a study conclusion was that conclusion of Emily Durkheim study was the suicide was not an individual act, it is a social act. Because why this person is suiciding? Because of he is responding with to the external stimuli. He is not taking something its own. He is just reacting to whatever the external actions or external stimuli happening. So there is a process of integration and regulation. You can quote the impact of Durkheim study and say that objectivity. Durkheim says that objectivity is possible in the social research. Or Auguste Comte also says that social objectivity, because sociology is a natural science and you should not bring value in the sociological research. You should see things in an objective manner. So this value-free society can be like value-free social research is not objectivity. Like objectivity is necessary and subjectivity is not possible in the social research. But this is a critically analysis, so you have to focus more on the critical aspect. First, you have to mention the objectivity, possibility of objectivity. Okay, then 10-mark question directly attack into the questions. You can say that the problem of objectivity, why objectivity is not possible in social research. So you here again you can quote Durkheim study itself. You can even say that Durkheim studied suicide. But why he choose the topic of suicide? He choose the topic of suicide because there are various reasons. One reason is his close friend committed suicide. That is one reason. So that is also impacted him to take that particular subject to study as a suicide. And there is also like suicide can be easily proven to say that this is happened because of not because of the human individual choice, it's because of the societal choice. So there are few incidents happened in the Durkheim life itself that influenced him. So he himself cannot keep as a complete, like you can say that complete he able to keep complete objectivity in the social research. Or he did studies in 1985 during suicide he did in 1985. That means after the French Revolution. So why he studied suicide? One reason is that suicide after French Revolution there is a high increase in number of suicide. So he said that after French Revolution there is an anomaly. So there is an anomaly, there is a period of anomaly, and this because of anomaly, because of there is lack of control, there is high rate of suicide, there is more anomic behavior, and this period he called as a social pathology. So social pathology means something wrong is there. So he considered that after French Revolution there is an anomic period. That period is there is a problem. There is a pathology, social pathology. That means there is a problem in the society. Pathology means it's a kind of organ. So he considers society as an organ. So social pathology, because there is a problem is existing. So he attaching value. He himself is not able to keep objectivity because he is saying that there is a social pathology is existing. That means that he accepting that there is something wrong in the society. He think that there is something. He think that there is something wrong in the society. So social pathology is there. So he himself not able to keep the objectivity. Then you can also quote Max Weber. He said that choice of topic. For choice of topic, there is a chance of influence of values. So he said that while choosing a topic, there is a chance of interfering of your values. So for example, Max Weber itself, his mother was a Protestant. That is why he studies Protestant. His father is from a bureaucratic family. So he studied bureaucracy. So the selection of topic is based on his own life experience. That itself shows that objectivity is not possible. Complete objectivity is not possible here also. So that is why the concept given by like Alvin Goldner. So Alvin Goldner said that a concept of domain assumption. So concept of domain assumption. He's saying that whatever you are studying, focusing, if you are a feminist, okay, whatever things you are seeing, you will be seeing things in a feminist point of view. If you are a Marxist, you will be whatever topic you've taken, whatever things you are studied, whatever the area you will be writing, or everything will be having that Marxist point of view. If you are feminist, everything you will be seen as feminist point of view. If you are a structural functionalist, you will try to see the object in a structural functionalist view. So value neutrality possible, it's not possible in social research because you have a domain assumption. That is the concept given by Alvin Goldner. So that because of that, objectivity is not possible. Even you can quote C.W. Mills. C.W. Mills said that no need to take objective research. A sociologist should be act as a social activist, so that there is a problem outside the society. Sociologists should not sit, should not be armchair sociologists. You should come out. So you should come out and like advocate for the social change. That means you have to take sides. You have to take sides and you have to act upon it. That means objectivity is not possible. If you are taking sides, objectivity value free research is not possible. You have a side, you have an objective. So that is that is why. So you can, when you conclude, you can say that because of that, sociology objectivity is not possible. So what can be done? So here you can put forward the idea of Gunnar Myrdal. So Gunnar Myrdal says that sociologists should take sides. So he openly says that sociologists should take sides so that there will be reflectivity. So reflexivity will be there. So you can like question your own. You before you study, you say that you are belongs to some this particular viewpoint, and declare your point of view, and just leave the interpretation part to the reader. So you don't need to like think about what is sociology, like what you don't need to what you can say, you don't need to what Kunal is saying that like there is no issue of taking sides in sociology. Take sides and leave it to the reader to interpret how to see the things. Okay, so that's how you can conclude that answer. 5:30 already. So second, the next question is 20-mark question. I think that question would be easy. So which research technique you people are choose? I'm going little faster because we do not have time. It's already 5:30. Okay. The question was which research technique would be most suitable for the study of consumer behavior in social and its social correlates? Explain. So which technique you have taken? If you're able to identify the technique, then it is a easy answer to write. If you have studied research methodology topic.
Is it qualitative?
Qualitative. Anyone else?
The qualitative, but quantitative, but survey method.
Okay,
Qualitative and
survey method. Very good.
Yes.
So best. So Ammo said that it's qualitative method. The problem with the qualitative method that like we'll see why we should take some other method. So first in this question, introduction, what you can write? What you should write in introduction?
I generally define what consumer behavior can be and what are the
Very good.
social
Yes,
correlates.
it's very good that if you are able to behave, if you are able to define what is consumer behavior. So here you can say that consumer behavior is a study of individual or a group of people. Like you can write it anyway, like how they consume, how they dispose the product, how the experience of services. For example, when you buy a product from Amazon, okay, after you buying, they will ask you to review the product, right? Or they will ask you, they will give you some parameter. If you buy a product, these people will send you an email saying that there is a short survey, will take only few minutes. Would you able to like help us with your input? So there will be few questions. You just have to put yes or no, or you just have to put likely, most likely, or I don't like, or satisfied. That kind of options will be there. So it's a kind of survey method. You are taking input from the consumer. So you first in this question, what is the best method is you can just define what is consumer behavior and how to study this consumer behavior. So in consumer behavior itself, like there will be different kind of people are there. So you have to, so there is a social correlates also. Social correlates means different age group will be there, different gender will be there, different class will be there, different religious group will be there. In religion itself different caste will be there. Caste itself there will be subclass. So how the buying habit is related. For example, if you're studying the consumer behavior of using bath soap, so there are peers, there are like there are like many brands of Sandur, like there are Lifebuoy. So rich people who are from higher caste, there is a more chance that these people buy from. You have been signed out because you are. Is it audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Screen also you can see, right?
Yes.
No, or Zoom, this thing is showing, no? Okay. Okay, fine. Like, can you see the screen? I'm not able to see, that's why I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. So where are we? So first you explain what are the things you need to, like, this is a morely application oriented question. So just explain how to like what is consumer behavior and how the social, what are the social factors, social correlates are there in the consumer behavior study. So after that, what are the problems you are going to face in this study? If you understand the problems you are going to face in this study, if you are able to identify, because this is a 20-mark question also, if you are able to identify the problems of this study, you will able to easily able to find. And also you need to convince. You can just take a method and say that this is the best method. You should able to convince the examiner also why I took this measure. Okay, so that the next, after writing introduction about consumer behavior, identifying the social correlates, about the correlates of the studies, then you can also, you have to write what are the problems, or challenges, not problems, you can say the challenges of consumer behavior studies. Okay, so what will be the challenges to study consumer behavior?
Lack of trained interviewers, like the professionals, and the
Okay.
social desirability
Okay.
bias should be there. The people are not answering, revealing the true information.
We need to prioritize our answer always. So these are there. I am not saying social correlates means how this is impacting the different social sectors, means consumer behavior. If you study, there are social correlates. Gender is one social correlates. In that there are male is there, female is there, and transgender is there. So how these people are, like, buying habit of these people. Class, there is upper class and lower class. Caste, upper caste, lower caste, and subcaste. Religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Parsi. Or you can say that, I like that tribals are, urban and rural are there. All are social correlates. So that is to make you that part of answer question is also make you little, like, doubtful to choose what kind of method you should choose. So make you like little nervous about seeing. But if you avoid that part, then you see the question, you will get clearly the idea, then you can approach the question. Then you just have to mention the different social factors and how this can be, just by example also you can write. So what will be the trained professional you can always acquire if you have money. For example, if you want to study the consumer behavior, if you have money, you can easily bring people, right? So what will be the most biggest issue? You do not know the universe, right? Or you do not know the population. So if you want to study the people who buy a particular type of soap or detergent powder, you do not know how many people are buying it, or you do not know who is buying. In Amazon, you will be at least able to track that person. But if you're in a shop, you do not have any idea who is buying this product. So you are unaware about your universe. You do not know who's the consumer is. So you cannot easily classify your consumer. You cannot put this consumer, or you cannot list it. And other thing is that this product is a wide geographical area will be there. It's not like you are studying in a particular area, or in I'm based in Trivandrum, so you cannot say that only Trivandrum people buying this product. This product will be selling across India or even across the world. So it's very difficult to see how, like, where these people are there. You cannot go directly to these people and approach. So here itself, this qualitative method is not possible, we understood, because of vast geographical area. You cannot go each places and study the process. So, and you do not know the universe or the population. So one method is that you have to get to know from one consumer to other consumer, or from the products itself you can attach something and get the review. So the best method will be the quantitative method. In quantitative method, what kind of method can be used? Because there are social factors are involved. You need to classify the data, how lower class is buying, which kind of soap lower class buying, which kind of soap higher class is buying, which kind of soap higher caste is buying, is fat content soap or less fat content soap. Like that, the consumer behavior you need to classify. Then only you will be able to understand the pattern. So if you're able to understand the pattern, only you can take a consumer decision in the marketing aspect. So you need to change any marketing strategy, you need to get that pattern. So quantitative research is must for such a study. It's not only about consumer satisfaction, it's all about how the products are sold also. So quantitative method you choose, and under this survey method will be the most suitable method. So once you identified it's a survey method, then you can say that because of these factors, very important of understanding, survey method will be the most suitable method. And you can explain what is survey method and what are the advantages of survey methods, and what are the, like, is there any challenges by using survey method itself. And if you have any your own suggestions at the end, you can give, because this is an application oriented question. So by no need to put more thinkers and all, because it's all about they are checking how you are able to apply your studied knowledge in the examination paper. So that makes the difference. I hope you understand that point. So here also you can put take survey method, then define survey method. This is like everybody will be knowing this aspect. So what is survey? Then you can say that. Okay.
So while we write about the survey method, my doubt is like whether we should. You asked us to write about if there are some merits or demerits for the survey method. In addition to that, do we need to specifically include the keywords of the question in this answer?
Yes. Whatever I am discussing, it's only keywords. Like what I'm saying that when you write these methods, you can also like use the keywords of social factors. That's what I said. No, when you explain the introduction itself, you have to identify what are the social correlates also, because there is a word given in social correlates. So you need to explain. That is why. So because of we need quantification. That is why we are choosing survey method. One reason is that we need to quantify and segregate this data. Then only we can analyze. So that it's the best method is a survey method, which is based on a can be statically analyzed. So questionnaire attached. A structured survey method is the exact word you can say. Structured survey method should be the mode of research to study the consumer behavior. So when you like write the why you choose this method, because you are proving why you choose this method. Now you are saying that this is a less cost efficient because consumers are more. So more consumers are very difficult to reach out to each consumer. And if you choose qualitative method, you cannot go to every consumer directly and take the review also. So this is less time consuming also if you choose this method, especially when there is a large number of population. It's also help to ensure the anonymity of the respondent, because it's finally a consumer study. So maybe some people does not want to review, but in a questionnaire you just have to fill it and send it back. Or if you can take this thing, that very easy to this thing. And this is also help the respondent to respond freely, because nobody is sitting in front of him. He do not want to act. Nobody going to know who is he. So you just have to respond openly what he's exactly feeling about the product. Sorry. So there are a lot of negative and positive. You have to write. You can write it. It's there directly in the book also. But the crux of this question is where you get mark is how you are identifying the topic, how you are coming into that topic, how you are choosing that topic. That is the most important part. Just writing initially itself survey method is the most suitable method, you won't be getting mark, because the examiner won't be convinced of your stand. You should convince him why you should take the stand. That aspect is more important. And then you take the your survey method, then define with some thinker, for example, Mark Abraham, you can think. So he defines social survey as a process by which the quantitative facts are collected about the social aspect of a community. So like that you can define with some thinkers. So then you conclude your answer. Okay. And the last answer will be last question is illustrate with examples the significance of variable in social research. So what here also, this last question. So introduction part. What you can say, what is variable? What is variable, anyone? And the variable in the what is variable? Can you people hear me? കേൾക്കാവോ? ഹലോ 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 ഹലോ
Sir, audible ആണ്.
ഓഡിബിൾ ആണല്ലേ? എന്താ വേരിയബിൾ എന്താ അജ്നാസ്? വാട്ട് ഈസ് വേരിയബിൾ?
Parameters which change.
So variable is nothing but you can like those variable are those parameters which can be those parameters which values varies. It's very, the term itself you can explain, its values will be varying, so that is variable according to the situation. So here you can like just directly start with the defining what is variable. That is the exact thing you need to do. You can just directly go to directly put forward what is variable. Then you can also discuss the like major type of variable. You can say there are dependent variable and independent variable. By putting examples you can write. So you can put the examples of Durkheim itself. Durkheim is studying suicide. In study of suicide, what are the variable he took? Religion, gender, marital status, or all this thing he has taken. So he said he understood by religion. He said that in which religion, if you are belongs to Protestant religion, there is a higher chance of suicide. If you are belongs to Catholic religion, there is a less chance. So the variable are religion. One variable is religion. This is an religion is so suicide will depend on the religions you are choosing. So there are like that. The Emily Durkheim study of suicide is conducted. So variable is helping. Is a things which changes values. Then you can call the study of Durkheim. Then you can also write what is independent variable and dependent variable. Independent variable is independent to independent. That means it's create that cause of change. But dependent variable is the effect. If anything changes in the cause, there will be change in dependent, or like there won't be any vice versa because I am independent. For example, there is a direct correlation. We can say that there is a direct correlation between educational achievement and occupational success. So educational achievement is an independent variable. So occupational success is dependent. If I change the educational achievement, this occupational success will also vary. But changing the occupational success may not give impact to educational achievements. So like that. So you can define what is independent and dependent variable. And the question is not to define what are the significance in social research. So after writing the what is defining what is variable and what is the different type of variable, you can, and putting the examples of Emily Durkheim, like, and also putting other examples, other common examples, you can come to significance of social research. So what are the significance of social variables in social research? Anyone?
To establish cause and effect relations between two phenomena.
Very good. You can establish cost effective relation with the different scenario. That is one thing. Then
we can also use it to compare two hypotheses.
So when you put
similar.
that point, you also should not forget to put with one example along with that. Okay, because in the question it's explicitly given that you have to illustrate with examples. So when it is explicitly given also, otherwise also you have to give example. But when it is given explicitly, you must give example. There is no choice for you. Okay, so you can say that when this study, how this is dependent and all. So then it also give focus to the examiner, the researcher, right? So it's giving a clear direction to the examiner saying what to study. So to like what we are looking for in education, the woman empowerment and education share. So if you are studying the variables of women education and there's woman empowerment, there is a correlation between both of them. So either you can focus, now you are having clear idea that where to focus in your studies. So this is giving a focus to the examiner. And then so this also help in creation of hypothesis, especially research which is based on explorative researches, where you can experimental research. Here the experimental research, you have two variables, so you can adjust how to study. When if for example, if you study a research of how the sunlight is dependent on the growth of a plant. So growth of a plant, here two variables are there. So it's a kind of experimentation. So Hawthorne study of Elton Mayo, is a kind of experimentation. So how this work is done. So such kind of research you can have the hypothesis. So this variable is help to form your hypothesis for the research, and also help to formulate the, you can also test the hypothesis, help to test the hypothesis, and the result of formulation of falsify. That means you can prove wrong, the opposite of hypothesis. Not only you are saying that is it correct, you can also say that whatever the variable you are selected can be proven wrong also. And it will also give the direction and experimental, all these things, focus directions can be helpful to testing empirically. Any other point you have written, anyone? Somebody in chat?
It is a social equivalent of experimentation in scientific
Experimental,
research.
yes. We have already said, I think, experimental different items, experimentation is possible by variable. Any other point?
Sir, it can be used to compare to hypotheses. Like
Hypothesis,
there
yeah,
overlapping
we discussed,
variables
yeah.
are there.
Yeah.
And then it can trigger more research because of changing variables in a single.
Yeah, it's a help in search. This will act as a keyword for your search, because when you have finally set the variable, you need to explore it with previous research also maybe. So to understand this keywords will act as a search engine keyword. So you can direct your research into particular area. That is also one significance of variable in social research. Okay. So what will be your conclusion? So mostly this variable are used in quantitative research where you can experimentation happen. But recently, like you can even say that this variable can be used in qualitative research as well to understand the different character based, or where also in a qualitative research also we understood that nowadays qualitative research is also based on some quantified data is also collected for qualitative research as well. So where you can use variables. So this can be used in both the way, and also help the researcher to keep being focused. So like that you can conclude your answer. Okay. So
sir, the question keyword says illustrate. So does it mean we have to draw some diagrams or something like that?
If you have the diagrams, it's good to put forward it. There is no issue. But even if you do not have diagram, it's okay. Illustrate is some other word, explanation only. But here illustrate with example is specifically given. So you need to explain with examples. That is the thing you should not forget. If you are just explaining without examples, you won't be getting mark. Example is must. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If you have able to put forward some diagrams on different type of writing also, it's fine. Here we are not able to see your answer sheet actually directly, so I do not know how you wrote it. That's why I ask you to read the few answers so that others also get understanding of how you people are writing the answer. So like it's kind of give and take policy, I think. Like you can also contribute, I can also contribute, so we all finally get some or the other new points or new things there. So finally we can enrich our answer and write a good answer in mains. So that is the basic idea of this program also. It's not like completely giving you content, like it is not a substitute for any coaching program or class program. It's just a answer writing programs where we giving you a platform so that you can come together and you can write in a specified time, and we force you to write in a specific time because you won't be getting extra time. And you can also discuss the different aspect of answer. So it will act as a revision also, because you already studied. Now we'll like take few questions out of it and we'll like discuss it. So it will act as a kind of revision also. I think that way also it will help you. So that was hope you like the section. So like fine, right? Is there anything you want to share with us? So like is this format is fine, right?
Yes, it was very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So let's wind up for today. So see you in the next session. Thank you.